Welcome to History Hub, where we give you a piece of history that you didn't know. Welcome to this video where we will be talking about the Qing Dynasty, the last imperial dynasty of China. The dynasty lasted from 1644 to 1912 and was founded by the Manchu people, who were ruled by the Azan Gyoro clan. This dynasty was known for its expansionist foreign policy, economic prosperity, and cultural achievements, which included the development of the arts, literature, and architecture. However, the dynasty was also marked by periods of corruption, social unrest, and military conflict. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into the fascinating world of the Qing Dynasty. The Opium Wars were a complex and multifaceted historical event that took place in the mid-19th century. These were a series of conflicts between China and Great Britain, which were primarily over British trade in opium. The British Empire was trying to expand its trade in China at that time, and opium was one of the most lucrative commodities available. As a result, the British started smuggling opium into China illegally and created a significant social and economic issue in China. The Chinese government, under the Qing dynasty, became increasingly concerned about the opium trade's negative effects and took action to prevent it. In response to China's efforts to curb the opium trade, the British government sent a military expedition to China, which led to a military confrontation between China and Great Britain. The First Opium War began in 1839 and ended in 1842 with the signing of the Treaty of Nanking. This treaty forced China to open up several ports to foreign trade, grant extraterritorial rights to foreign nationals, and pay a large indemnity to Great Britain. The war and its aftermath had significant consequences for China, including the loss of sovereignty, the opening of the country to foreign influence, and a decline in the Qing dynasty's power and legitimacy. The Second Opium War occurred in 1856 and lasted until 1860. This war was fought between China and an alliance of Western powers, including Great Britain, France, and the United States. The conflict resulted in another defeat for China and the signing of the Treaty of Tientsin, which further expanded foreign access to China's ports and territory and weakened the Qing dynasty's control over the country. The Opium Wars were a turning point in China's history and had far-reaching consequences for the country's economic, political, and social development. The wars forced China to open up to foreign trade and influence, which led to significant changes in the country's culture and society. The wars also exposed the weaknesses of the Qing dynasty and contributed to its eventual collapse in the early 20th century. Today, the Opium Wars remain a contentious and controversial topic, with some viewing them as a symbol of China's victimization by foreign powers and others seeing them as a catalyst for the country's modernization and development. The Qianlong Emperor was not only one of the longest reigning emperors in Chinese history, but also one of the most influential. His reign saw a period of cultural and artistic flourishing in the Qing dynasty, with many notable works of art and literature being produced during this time. He was a great patron of the arts, and his love for painting, calligraphy, and porcelain production was well known. Under his rule, many new styles and techniques were developed that had a significant impact on the arts throughout China. Beyond his contributions to the arts, the Qianlong Emperor was also a successful military leader who expanded the Qing dynasty's territory through a series of successful campaigns. He was known for his intelligence and political savvy, and he was greatly respected by his people for his dedication to their well-being. His reign was marked by many notable achievements, including the suppression of rebellions and the establishment of a stable and prosperous society. Despite his many successes, the Qianlong Emperor was not without his flaws. During his reign, corruption and social unrest were still common, and there were many internal struggles within the Qing dynasty. Additionally, his military campaigns were not without controversy, and some have criticized his expansionist policies as being overly aggressive. Despite these criticisms, the Qianlong Emperor's legacy continues to be felt in China today. His contributions to the arts and culture of China are still celebrated, and his reign is seen as a period of great achievement and progress. While his reign was not without its challenges, the Qianlong Emperor remains one of the most iconic figures in Chinese history, and his influence can still be felt throughout the country. Thanks for watching.